my days of art from scrapping India, and my sister gave me this Spellbinder Club of the Year. I think this is the June 2022, and so she gave me that kit, and in that kit there were some stamps, and actually there was no stamps, there were just some dies. So this is a cake die, this is a birthday cake and let's party and things like that. Stickers. There's some ephemera, happy hats, streamers, die cuts, some party hats, some sequins. There's also this packet of stickers. They're card blanks and cards, and then there's this paper. Look how pretty this paper is. And then she also gave me a bunch of these other papers. So it came with this nice gold, blue, yellow, green, orange, white, black, pink, so magenta and actually pink, yellow, and orange. So this is what came in there. I think it did have, let me check something, because I think it did have a little instruction or guide. No, I don't see it. But I thought it did come with some instructions on how to use the die. But we'll see how to do this, so I'll have to kind of play with that. So what I want to do is I want to create some cards, and I want to use some of this paper. And also I have all these sayings, and these sayings are from Crafter's Companion stamp. It's a sentiment and die stamp. So let me show you what those are. So it's basically this: say it with style. And what it did, what this kit came with was some stamps. These are the stamps that it came with, and then the dies to cut it out. I actually been buying some other sentiment stamps, and I put them in here. And then I went ahead and used these to put the coordinating dies for those stamps. So I have everything nice and contained in this little folder or 3-ring binder, and this is everything that has to do with sentiment. So I am on the auto ship, so I'm getting every 2 or 3 months I'm getting a set. So here I went ahead and cut a bunch of those, and I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can create some nice cards using these. Look at these papers, they're pretty. I really like these papers. Ooh, that one's pretty. So let me go ahead and grab this one. And I want to go ahead and grab this. And I'm going to go ahead and start cutting these. So let me go ahead and start cutting some layers, and I'll be back. Okay, so my first card, I cut this at 5 1/4 by 4, so that way I had a nice little white border. I'm going to put this birthday card, this gift box here. I'm going to use this that says cheer on your birthday. And let's see. I think that's it. There are some other stickers here. Let me look at this. Some nice stickers. I might use this heart somewhere. But I think I'm going to leave it simple. I like simple cards. I don't want to make it too involved. But notice that it needs some contrast. So what I want to do is I want to use some black. These colors really will have a nice impact if we go ahead and put an outline of black. So I'm going to use a marker, and then you're just going to go on the edges, and that gives it a faint little line, like you see there, faint little line. And I like doing this trick. Instead of cutting more cardstock, You just use your marker and make sure it dries. And then I'm going to do the same thing here. Faint little line. And then I'll show you what that did. With just that, I'm going to bring back my card and make sure you have it opened correctly. And look at how that now kind of pops. And then how that pops right there. And you know, because we have a little gold, I wonder if I can do a little gold on this as well. So let me get some gold cardstock and I'll be back. So I do have a little gold cardstock here, but I'm going to show you how I'm going to get the perfect outline. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on here first. So let me put some adhesive on the back of this. Then I do have rulers that are called perfect layers, and We Are Memory has these rulers as well, but I bought this a long time ago, and I think 1/8 of an inch is what I want to use. And then this one is 3/16, maybe a 3/16. Let's see, 3/16 of an inch. And what happens is it has a lip, and you're going to put that lip against your little tag here. And then you're going to use a nice sharp craft knife and cut around it like that. Okay. I don't like to give too much of a border. I like to just give a hint of a border. And this is because I did not put a lot of black outline around the edges, so you don't want to make a big border. And see, that now looks a lot nicer. And then now I'm going to go ahead and adhere this to my cardstock, or to my I'm going to adhere this to my card. Okay. And I do want to have some foam adhesive for this. I'm going to cut this in half. And there's my first card. Very simple. And you know what? I might put some of these sequins since I have it. Let's see if we put a little sequins here. Oh, maybe not. Maybe should leave it like that. So that's my first card. I do want to go ahead and put an inside saying. So let me go ahead and get some stamp for inside. I want to show you what else I got from Crafter's Companion that makes it really nice inside sentiment. So I'll be back. So this is what I got at HSN, and I did not get the auto ship for this one. I just got the single shipment, and it says, your birthday be filled with love and laughter. Wishing your birthday that's just as special as you are. I like that one. So I'm going to go ahead and use this one. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and stamp this here. So I want to make sure that when I stamp it, it's going to stamp perfect. And I may use a different stamping platform. I'm going to go ahead and use this one. This stamping platform. I'm going to go ahead and place this here. I always like to tape it because I don't want it to move. And let's go ahead and put that. I think there would be fine. And I'm going to put a little bit of tape right here as well, because I don't want it to move. I got some archival ink right here. I have an issue with arthritis, so this really helps me push it down, and it did pretty good, so I don't have to restamp it. So there, I have a nice little card, birthday card, and that's cute. So we have this leftovers, so we can easily use this leftover to create a border right here, like you see here. And then let's see what we got for our embellishments. So I went ahead and speed up the video because it was really long. And this video only going to contain the 10 cards that I made using the 10 blank cards that came with the kit with the envelopes. And it's very easy to use. So a card kit like this for someone that doesn't really craft or has all the die cuts and all the things that usually us crafter have, this is a perfect gift to introduce someone to card making without all the expense that they need to have sometimes, like the die cutters and the stamps and things like that. They don't really need this. Now, one thing you can do is, like myself, if I gave this as a gift to somebody, I will give them a package of sentiments, like you see the ones that I pre-cut from Crafter's Companion. I would cut out a bunch of birthday sayings and just give it to them, and that way they already have the sentiments so they can put outside the card, and then you can pre-stamp birthday sentiments for the inside of the card with copy paper. So usually sometimes what I do is I get copy paper and I stamp the sheet, and I fold it in half, and then I cut it so it fits inside the card, and I give this to people so they like a little mini card kit for them. So here I'm using the sequins, just that little strip left over from the last cut that I did with the paper. And then here I'm just going to get more papers, and this time I'm going to use that die, though I lost the instructions how to use the die. But even when you lose the instruction, it is so easy to put it together that, as you can see, it's kind of intuitive. So then I just fold it over the sides. Now, if you're wondering, that I have the Gemini Go, and I use a cutting self-adhesive cutting mat, and I cut it to size, as you can see there, so that way my plates don't warp and my plates stays nice and straight, and not even my cutting mat warped. So if you're looking for a sandwich that won't warp your Gemini, use a self-healing cutting mat underneath as between your plates, and that works very, very nicely. So here I'm just cutting down some more cardstock. I mean, not cardstock, but the paper. And just adhering it down with my nice little birthday hat. And lay that down. And then I put the fringe. That fringe, I had to figure out how to do it. That was the most difficult part of this die, is figuring out that fringe. But after I figured it out, I actually sandwiched two of the fringes together to give it more fluff. And then here I'm just kind of figure out what to put on top of that die, which I decided to put this big old flower. And then I decided to use this cat. I'm not really a cat person, I'm more a dog person, but that looks cute. I'm cutting more papers, and don't get rid of those scraps, because as you can see, I'm using one of those scraps of strips to kind of as a layer, and it really looks nice. And later on, I'm going to have another video that I'm going to upload where I created more cards using the scraps. I'm telling you, this kit went on and on and on. I got to the point that I got tired of making cards, and I think I got over 60 cards out of this kit. So I like to use the trick of using a marker on the edges of my paper to give it an outline, and that helps it stand out from the white background. And there's using one of those banners. Again, I like to use foam adhesive to give it a little bit of dimension, but not too much. There's my third card. Here I'm looking for, this time I don't think I'm going to use paper, or I believe I do. I believe I put a strip of paper, just because if you put those rosettes, there's nothing to pop it. But then if you put some paper in the background, as you can see here, look how nice that looks. And then I decided to, well, yes, I do cut down some of that gold paper. Now this gold paper, you can find it at Michael's. It's kind of thin, but you get a big pack and it's pretty economical. So I decided to use that to make one layer, and then put my other pattern paper as the next layer, and then put a banner in the middle. And I decided to use a scan and cut. So what I did is I scanned that piece in my scan and cut, and it created the outline, and that's what I use to put behind this sentiment. So now I'm ready to place that down on my card, put some more flowers around it, and I do like these little sequins, but I still have a lot of that sequence left. They give you a lot in this kit, I'm telling you, it really goes on and on and on. I think like I said, I got tired of making these cards because I just had so much stuff, so much paper left over. It's just a lot of cards. This would have been fun to do with a group of people, and just kind of all of us create cards and figure out, the different styles, and see what they came up with, because they may come up with a different layout than I do. And here, as you can see, I put a strip in the middle just to make it pop. And now I'm just putting some more of those stickers. Actually, those word wish you or happy birthday, it came with this kit. It's the word that came with it. So that's what I put there. Make a wish. I think that's what yeah, make a wish. So that's what I use. And then here is that frame that also came with the kit, and I backed it up against one of my sentiments, pre-cut sentiments, and then I'm starting to using the scraps left over of what when I cut the layers. I'm using that, and then there, as you can see, that nice little frame, and that is my next card. So now I'm getting, this time I'm going to do green. I like this green. It's like a mint green. And I'm just kind of additioning all those die cuts, trying to figure out which one would be best for this card. And decided just to use a banner. I was trying to figure out what other pieces from that sticker set, so sticker sheet, I should use. I do like the candle, so I decided to use those candle. The candle says relax, and I used some foam adhesive. And then I'm using some foam adhesive to put behind my banner. And I believe I left it pretty simple. Just put a little bit of another flower, and of course some of these sequins. And that's a wax pencil. You can get them on Amazon. I think this wax pencil works a lot better than any of the jewel pickers that I've had in the past, because you can sharpen it and it works really, really good. So I'm getting another piece of paper, and I'm going to cut that down to 4 inches by 5 1/4. And this one I'm trying to also use that sticker sheet that has some words on it. And I'm using Let's Party. You can see here, I'm moving it around. Before you really adhere it down, you can move it. Just got to be careful not to take too long, because once it sets, it will set, and once it's set, it will rip your paper if you try to pull it up. So it has a temporary adhesive if you as soon as you place it down, but then it does kind of adhere to your paper permanently. So here I'm trying to use every single little piece that I have, all the stickers. I really love that paper. It's like a cloud. It looks to me, it looks like clouds. Trying to figure out what to put as my banner. And this is my 10th card, is the last card that I have for the 10 card blanks with the 10 envelopes. And I still have a lot of products left. Okay, so let me show you all the cards I made. So this is one of cards. So I have made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So I made all these cards, and then let's see what's left. I have all this ephemera left from this birthday kit from Spellbinder. This is the June 2022 kit. I have all these stickers left. And the J, it disappears, so I don't even know where the J is, but I got all these stickers, all these sequins, more ephemera around the whole place, so a bunch of this. And I have all these birthday hats. In addition to, I didn't even touch the cardstock. So these are all the cardstocks that I have. And then a lot of paper. So I can easily just cut this paper pad and make cards out of here. So there's, I'm going to say this one is for mainly accents. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can get 14 more cards out of this because if I cut it in half, and I can make 14 more cards, and definitely a lot more of this. And I didn't use a lot of my birthday wishes that I cut out, stamped and cut out. So I hope you like this video, and thank you for watching. Bye now.